Alright, Dragon Ball fans, I'm genuinely really excited for this one, because there's so much stuff to go through. We've got multiple Dragon Ball games and announcements that I reacted to, some moments that seriously caught me off guard. And later on, things completely changed when I brought in a very awesome special guest, and we just started nerding out about Dragon Ball, gaming, and a whole lot more. There's some reactions in here that I genuinely cannot wait for you guys to see. So enough talking, let's get straight into the first one.
Alright, here we go! I'm ready. Ooh. Bardock. Dude, I love the art style. Yeah, look at that. Shout out to all those artists, man. Anyone involved in the drawings, holy shit. Look at the beauty of the... Like, this is just beautiful. Everything, like, drawn. It's so nice. Yeah, when they launched Goku to a different planet. And there was, like, planet Vegeta. Kakarot. Oh my god, man. This is awesome. Look at that. Holy shit. Brings back so much memories, man. So much memories. I'm sure a lot of Dragon Ball fans are like being hit in the heart when they see this. This is like a memory factor for a lot of people. Oh my goodness gracious. Dragon Ball! Oh my goodness, man! 40th anniversary! Holy shit! Been that long. Oh my god, look at that. When they were young, Chi-Chi, Bulma, can remember the pig. Holy shit, the journey of this franchise, it is beyond incredible. Wow, look at that. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. The level of passion and art is beyond awesome. Oh my god. Even just looking at these and reminding the effort and art and passion, everything about it is just top. And then you see this guy, Lord Frieza himself. Such a fascinating villain. Oh man. Such memories, bro. This makes me happy and emotional. It's been a long time since I watched Dragon Ball 2. Oh, Cell. A lot of people remember when they got pissed off because he gave a sensu bean to Cell. And a lot of people hated him for that. Oh my goodness. The coloring of the hair, the art style, everything, it's just perfection. Animation, just top shit. Look at that fused Vegeta. Oh, look at that. Was that the Majin Buu saga, I believe, or the Majin Buu arc? Cool, man. And then you see these beautiful fucking characters. Oh my goodness, man. Look at that. Trunks, Android, Piccolo. I love them, man. Ooh. Super Saiyan. And Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. Ultra Autonomous Ultra Instinct. Use that in the Tournaments of Power against Jiren. Holy shit, man. What are we getting? Beyond the Limit. Oh? Resurrection F. Oh, wait. Dragon Ball Super. Okay, yeah. Broly. Oh my god, I love that. That was a good one. DAIMA, the latest one. I love DAIMA. Absolutely king. What are they cooking up? No. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no way! Let's go! Oh my goodness, it's a new arc! It's the Galactic Patrol arc! I think that's the Mono arc! Oh my god, we're getting a new arc! Oh, that is so amazing! We're finally getting the new arc! Oh, hell yeah! Oh my god, that is going to break the internet, bro. That is gonna be such a phenomenal arc. I didn't watch much of the manga, but that shit is golden. That shit is awesome. Oh my, I think that's the Golden Patrol, if I'm not mistaken. That's linked up. That's Dragon Ball Super, and that's linked up with the Mono arc. And that's gonna be really top shit we're gonna see there. Holy moly, man. We're getting a new arc. Holy shit, that is so amazing, man. We got blessed. That's incredible. Dude, I'm hyped. That's amazing. Yo, when that gonna come out, I'm gonna watch the shit out of it, man. I watched DAIMA like 3 times. I loved every moment of it. I went to go back to watch some Dragon Ball. This is gonna make me go back to watch Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power. Obviously, I watched it. One of the most awesome fights in Dragon Ball overall by so far. And dude, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be top shit. I am very hyped up. We are going to watch the next one, and this seems to be a game. Let's see what it's all about. So next one, Dragon Ball New Game Project, Age 1000. Don't know what it's all about, but I'm ready. Oh, Kakarot, I see it there. Dragon Ball Kakarot, one of my favorite Dragon Ball games. Holy fuck. Even though Sparkling Zero is a really fantastically awesome fighting game. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh. That is definitely something Akira drew. That is so cool. What is this? Who is this? I know what Capsule Corp is. Pretty much a volunteer in this, like... I know the father in charge. Oh, that is so cool. Akira was involved in this one as well. That's amazing. Holy shit. He was involved in this. I mean, I would be surprised. Like, to be fair, I'm just so happy that he's also was involved in this before he passed away. That is incredible. Incredible that he was involved in these projects. And he gave us like more than just a cherry on the cake. He just gave us something huge. And this is going to keep the hype of Dragon Ball going on for a long time. Especially games and series. This is awesome. So Akira is involved. Hell yeah, man. Look at that. Cool. A new game project. Is this gonna be like an MMO game or something? Which I'm not a big fan of, but can turn out to be pretty damn cool. Oh, being trained in a visual. Okay. Okay. I got a feeling those are references from the actual anime. Those moves, I've seen them before. Yeah, definitely. Oh my god, I can tell those are references from the actual Dragon Ball, like, series. That's pretty cool. Who's that? Oh, are they gonna be involved in the game too? Goku's gonna be involved in this too? Oh, no way. Goku's gonna be involved in this game too? Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh, you can go Super Saiyan. I mean, wouldn't be Dragon Ball if you can't go Super Saiyan, right? Age 1000. 2027, okay, so that's next year. Cool. Hey, yo, man, that is amazing. I wonder what kind of a game is this going to be? Is this going to be like an MMO thing, or is this going to be some sort of a fighting, like a normal fighting game? with like adventure story, like, you know, like some games like the Naruto games, they have the option to go adventuring and then you initiate into fights. Same with like Demon Slayer. I wonder if this could be similar to that concept, or it could be something else. Either way, I dig the style. This is pretty dope. And I knew this was something Akira created because you can tell by the art style and stuff. Akira, you can tell his level of art style and which is his, because the detail in these art style is just phenomenal. And you can specifically point out the hair, the structure, the line drawings. It is absolutely fantastic. And of course, Toei Animation been there for I think Toei Animation been there for the very beginning, responsible for all things related to Dragon Ball. They were responsible for the animation, absolutely killing it, which is amazing. They always killed it, to be honest. Like, and look at that, since 1956. That's crazy. All right, so we're gonna watch the next one, and this is going to be some DLC. Get into the DLC and see what it's all about. All right, what do we have next? Cool, man. Oh my god, Sparkling Zero! Hell yeah! People talked highly of Sparkling Zero. The animation. Incredible, bro. Look at that animation. If that is not good animation, I don't know what is.
Goes higher and higher!
Oh! Amazing. That is so cool! Oh, that's a new DLC! Oh, shit! Oh, look at Broly! Oh, my goodness, man.
Give me all you got.
And then Bardock! Look at him go! Oh, that is amazing.
Die already!
Damn!
Demon King himself. I shall rend you limb from limb.
Damn! Look at Piccolo go!
This might actually
Jesus!
be fun. Behold, this is what the ultimate android looks like.
The ultimate android! Oh, damn! Okay.
Disappear!
That is crazy. Costumes and super attacks. Oh, that is Pog. Oh, ho, ho. Damn, that is crazy. New mode, damn. Okay, wow, they've been cooking with this DLC. Holy shit. Wow, this is incredible. Sparkling Zero animation, and look at that, all these console. Hell yeah, man. Yo, animation and DLC wise, absolutely top. Like, no questioning it. I think a lot of people still to this day probably say that Sparkling Zero is by far the best fighting Dragon Ball themed game out there. Yes, there is Striker Z and many other ones, but to be honest with you, I think people have a huge soft spot for this one, because this one in particular, it's got so much, there's so much awesome, there's so many characters to choose from. I believe there's also Jiren in this game as well, with their own animation. The animation is just top tier, and I love everything about this fighting game. It is a particular Dragon Ball game that, in comparison to other, and it's also 3D. That's the funny thing is, because there were other fighting games of Dragon Ball like Striker Z, which was 2D, which was still nice, don't get me wrong, because the art style and animation was great, but I love the 3D. I love that you can actually throw enemies into the rocks and they break and have that like realism effect to it. It was pretty cool, and that's what I liked about Sparkling Zero. Not to mention the animation was godly in this game. Very godly. Yeah, I can see why people love it. The DLC is just top shit. Like, there's nothing awesome. There's nothing awesome more to say than this is just a masterpiece. Like, if you want a really good fighting game for Dragon Ball, this one is definitely highly recommended. For sure. It is absolutely good. Like, I'm very nervous because I love this Dragon Ball fighting game. And I am only basing facts on what people actually told me, but I did watch people play it and it looks fucking awesome. I may not be into fighting games, but I can vouch that it's a really good game. In comparison to other fighting games, this one really hit my eye when it comes to 3D, and the fact that its animation is just top tier. So, no questioning that. I am so happy with the news. I can't be any happier. This is like the best ultimate news, and I can already see fans peeing themselves and just losing their shit with all the hype that's been going on. It is absolutely a godsend with the news that's been announced for the Dragon Ball. It is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it is just awesome. All right, so here we go to the next one we're gonna react. So I don't know what this is going to be, besides I'm recognizing that's probably Beerus's mouth. So let's see what this is all about and see from there, yeah? Let's see what it's going to be. Oh yeah, Beerus sleeping. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I know this. Wait. Hold on a second. Oh my god. Wait, is this a remake? Are we getting a remake? Wasn't this when he actually... Wasn't this like Goku as a Super Saiyan God versus Beerus? Oh, yeah, Dragon Ball Super! Beerus! Oh my goodness, I love the whole logo design. Oh, that is badass. Okay. Damn. Oh my god. Whoa, the animation is so top. Oh damn, okay. Oh shit. Wait a minute. This looks nice, dude. Yeah, that is top. Oh, wait! Yes, this is a remake! Oh my god, I remember that part! I remember that's the part when Beerus slapped his wife, when he slapped Bulma, and then he got so pissed off, Vegeta's like, how dare you hurt my Bulma! And then he just, he just went into Super Saiyan. I remember that part. That was really intense when I saw that part. I remember as like big top tier for Vegeta for being the really controlled, angered, but very protective husband right there at the same time. That, well, protective wasn't clearly that much because he let Beerus literally slap, but at the same time he was in a position that he knew he didn't stand a chance against Beerus. So technically he knew that if he tries to pick a fight with a powerful god of destruction, pretty much he would die. So at the same time, he did a very good job holding his anger back instead of initiating a fight recklessly, even though he really wanted to do it because he just hurt his woman. And you know that's not gonna slide. Not at all. Dude, we're getting a remake of this. This is so nice. Oh my god, the animation. I like the color effects on the Super Saiyan transformation. That's nice. Oh boy. And then you see the dragon. This is when they did the ritual thing and then Goku became a Super Saiyan God. Oh, there it is! Okay, that looks pretty badass. I like that. I like the aura of him. Yeah, that looks nice, dude. God versus God. Yeah, this fight. Wow, dude, this looks great. This looks awesome. This looks great. Yeah, animation looks top tier, dude. I like the animation. Yeah, I love the animation. Maybe the other one I would like it slightly more, but I'm still willing to give this remake a chance. It still looks top, dude. I like the logo, I like everything. Yeah, that is top shit. Oh my god, dude. Fall 2026! That is amazing. So we're getting a remake of that particular one. I'm gonna be honest, it's nice that they're doing a remake. Do I believe that it really needed a remake? Maybe not necessarily, but I still dig it because that was one of another favorite moments that I really enjoyed. Like having a god of destruction, a powerful god of destruction, approaching to that hype that leads off to Goku becoming a Super Saiyan god for the first time and initiating a fight with a powerful god. I think that's pretty dope. And I think it's nice. The animation looks very good. I know some people complained about the art style, like the hair art style, because I believe it was done by someone else who usually have a particular hairstyle drawing, which I didn't really notice until I looked a little bit closer while I was examining this. But to me, it doesn't really matter as much because I still think the art style is pretty dope. Animation is very awesome. Maybe I think the animation from the original one, I would like it more. I don't really know. We'll get to know when it actually comes out, but so far it looks very promising. It looks good. I'm gonna be honest, it looks nice, and I'm hyped up for it. Like, I don't care if it's a remake, it's awesome. I hope that they don't change too much of the awesome parts in it. If it really is a remake, which I think it might be, because there are some scenes which perhaps they changed slightly a bit. I'm not sure if that's qualified to be a remake or it's just a remaster, who knows, but I think it is a remake because there were some slightly things which I think they changed, which I don't recognize from the OG, which is fine by me. I hope it still plays out very damn well. Alright, so this is the next one that was recommended for me to watch. So this is from Dragon Ball Squadra, and it's one of my many favorite Dragon Ball games that I play. This is free to play, and this was recommended by one of the members of the community named Mr. Hero, which is a moderator in my channel, and he recommended me to play this game a long time ago when it came out, and I really loved it. It's not, obviously it's not the best Dragon Ball game out there, but it is quite addicting because it has that kind of like League of Legends formula, but the animation is what really stood out to me, especially the intro animation. The voice acting is pretty dope in the game itself. There are some characters which lack that kind of voice acting, but it's pretty dope. And they started adding new awesome characters. I remember the one that people got really hyped up and it brought people to playing this game was when they added Broly as a character in this game. They also added Topo as well, which was one of my favorite fucking characters in there, and he's just so busted as hell, including his whole voice acting is just so good. And it started bringing the addiction back to play this game, so it's really nice. So they got Super Saiyan Bardock. Okay, let's see how Bardock... I'm assuming Bardock is gonna be probably a tank. Let's see... Okay, let's watch it. Let's see what they're cooking.
12.
Oh my god. Yeah, Genshin Squadra, let's see what they're cooking.
Saiyan fights. Are you ready for this? Here I come!
Good voice acting.
Finished! Out of the way! Ah!
Cool. Oh, nice. Nice animation.
Stop you. And
Nice,
chase the future
okay.
with my own 2 hands.
He goes into Super Saiyan. Fair enough. Okay, good.
Here! Have it!
Damn. All right. That's actually pretty dope.
Don't you dare underestimate a Saiyan.
Nice. That's cool. Let's see. I knew he's gonna be a tank. I knew it. It felt like he was gonna be a tank. Let's read it here. An ability that strengthens self based on attacks received. The revenge gauge fills up each time damage is taken. The damage taken will be reduced based on gauge level. The gauge gradually depletes if no damage is taken. Damn, okay, so this builds up based on damage. And what happens when it gets filled up? Damn, look at the damage reduction. That's very busted. That's very busted. The fact that you have that and it builds up by attack, that's pretty damn OP, in my opinion. That reduced a lot of the damage when that builds up. That's crazy. A physical attack. Rush attack movement speed increase based on revenge gauge level. Damn, that is OP. So the higher the revenge gauge is, the more faster you do with rushed attacks. That's crazy. That's really busted, dude. When the gauge is maxed out, the number of attacks will decrease, but they become AoE attacks with increased damage until the gauge reaches 0. That's still pretty OP, man. That's very OP for a tank. Look at that. Look at that. That's still pretty damn good, dude. Yeah, this Super Saiyan transformation is good because it gives you more HP, armor, attack all. Nice, it also gives you more revenge gauge. Will increase. Nice, that's pretty damn good. What is this? Okay. Damn, that's pretty dope. A guaranteed attack that sends targeted enemy and sends them flying. If this enemy hits a wall or another foe, they will both receive extra damage and have movement speed down applied. That's very powerful. So if you want them to slow down before they try to escape or dash away, you can use this to screw them up. That's nice, dude. That's really, really good. This one is also pretty damn badass. Wild Roar looks pretty dope. Generates a shockwave that applies rat to enemies it hits. So it makes them basically it makes them focus on that enemy. So if there's anyone next to you, they won't be able to attack them. They will be focusing on the tank, which is good because that's the role of a tank. So I'm happy that it applies that effect. The more enemy heroes with rat applied to them, the more extra HP gained. Damn. So if you apply to more than one, imagine the amount of HP you'll get. Look at that meter. That's huge, man. That's really good. That's insane. Further surrounding shockwaves will be generated each time damage is taken while guarding. Can move while guarded. Or re-enter the same command or perform a vanishing to stop guarding. That is crazy good, man. That is crazy good. This one looks like to be nice. This one seems it's going to be one of the most used attacks. Move at high speed in said direction to get your allies. Enemy heroes or bosses in the movement pad will be attacked with an uppercut, applying movement speed down to them. After moving a set distance, enemies will be staggered by the attack. That's already very busted. Knowing that staggered, you can pretty much interrupt their abilities. So staggered, it's pretty damn good. Very good. So that's going to make this character very annoyingly powerful and busted to play against, because he can interrupt your abilities. That is crazy, man. Stagger duration and damage dealt by uppercut increase the further you move. That is crazy, man. That is crazy good. Yeah, so the more you move, the more... Damn, that is crazy. And then this one does a crap ton of damage. Look at that. That's impressive. Holy shit. I think as a tank, this tank will be very busted, in my opinion. The fact that he has the self-strengthening ability that reduces damage based on hits, that's already busted as it is. Because if you get two enemies literally beating the shit out of you with it, you will get so powerfully buffed with that self-strengthening ability, they almost become like they're scratching you without doing a damn thing. And that's already pretty damn good for him. So that's nice. I like that. That's pretty damn impressive. So yeah, this character is pretty cool. I wonder what like animations and stuff he's gonna have, but so far, very nice tank and a very powerful one at that. I hope they don't nerf him. Because I know some characters, they might have to modify them. Maybe, I'm not sure if there's anything to nerf, but I think for the most part, he's really strong for now. Let's see what they're going to do later on. Hopefully they won't nerf him as much. Or hopefully they don't nerf him at all. We'll see. Probably they will, because I feel like he's a bit too powerful. But I think the one thing they should nerf, in my opinion, is the damage. Because the self-strengthening ability is already busted. But they probably will nerf something out of him. But we'll see. But this is a really cool character. I like the voice acting, I like the animation, everything about him is cool. So, another nice tank. Alright, so we're going to the next one. Oh boy, so many reactions. Now we are reacting to Ultra Ultimate Gohan, Absorbed Boo, Super Character Spotlight, Dragon Ball Legends. Interesting. I haven't played Dragon Ball Legends, but this looks to be something fascinating that was brought up to me to react. So let's see what it's all the hype about. Let's see from there.
Lucky for me, then. I set up an insurance policy.
Oh. Oh, damn. Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Awesome.
Oh, boy.
Even stronger than I was with the fused boy.
Damn
Best
right.
Of all, there's no time limit on these powers.
Ultra. Holy shit.
I'm stronger than ever before.
You are indeed strong, I'll tell you that. Oh, that is crazy. with the ghost attacks. Create ghosts that can take hits for you. That's crazy good. Damn, that is nice.
Brace yourself.
Whoa, that's such a... Whoa.
Give it up.
Damn.
Stop it. Stop laughing at me.
Oh, shit. Whoa, that's
You are
crazy.
all bark and no bite.
Oh my god, and he taunts him. You're all bark but no bite. Savage response. That's really nice. I don't know. I haven't played Dragon Ball Legends, but that looked very, very inviting. I like that. Also, that is so sick, man. I fucking love it. That's amazing. That is really cool. I don't know how popular this game is or how good it is, but it makes me want to try it. This looks really nice. This looks promising. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should try this, because this looks promising. Not gonna lie. Alright, and now we're going to watch the last one. So this is Super Saiyan 4 Goku DAIMA and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. DAIMA version. Okay, that is going to be cool. Because in DAIMA, we all know that they were kids. They basically... Actually, I know already, and I'm not going to say anything. I know what there is, but I know what happened in DAIMA, and let's see what's going to happen. I don't know about Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. I never heard of it, to be honest, but this is going to be interesting. So yeah, this is going to be really cool. All right, this is going to be fascinating. Let's watch it. Oh, okay. Begins now. Oh.
This might work.
Yeah, DAIMA. Fucking amazing. We're gonna mute this for copyright. Oh my god, I love this intro. I fucking love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my god, that is so amazing. Super Saiyan 3, look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. Further beyond, Super Saiyan 4. Monkey. Red Monkey. Oh my god, look at that. That is beautiful. Holy shit, man. This is great. Leveled anniversary. Damn, this is like 11 years. Damn, that is crazy. A leveled anniversary. I didn't even know that. That is crazy, dude. Holy shit. So they have Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3. Look at that art style. That is godly amazing as fuck. Holy shit, man. My god, that is amazing. Wow. Dude, they've been cooking so much, man. Holy shit. Alright, so we have reacted to all these amazing things. So, honestly, here's my quick feedback about all these things. I am very happy. I am so happy that there's going to be a new arc. I am so looking forward to this. I am pretty convinced that the Galactic Patrol arc is going to be linked up with the Mono arc, and that's going to be one of the most sensational moments that we're going to lose our heads just to witness that animation beauty being made in many years to come. So when it actually comes out, that's going to blow people away, no questioning it. It's going to be sensational. And I'm very hyped up. These games, they look pretty damn good. Sparkling Zero, no questioning it. One of the most awesome fighting games in my opinion. And the 1000 Year Project looked very interesting. I wonder what kind of game it is, but it looked very cool. I like that Akira also was involved before he passed away, and he designed that character, and I could tell by the way the art style was made, I could tell that he was involved, because there's a small little details in these arts where you can tell that he was involved in it, because he has a very particular way of styling stuff in Dragon Ball, which is super amazing and talented, and almost nobody can replicate his art style, and you can tell that it was made by that legend, and it's amazing. Not gonna lie, it's just some ordinary character that still looks pretty badass in my opinion, so that's pretty cool. And overall, everything just seems hype as hell. Like, I love pretty much a lot of stuff Team Dragon Ball. Yes, there are some games which I'm not a big fan of. I think one of my top favorite games would definitely be Dragon Ball Kakarot, because it was a game where it took place in the very, very, very past of Dragon Ball, even during the Majin Buu arc and the Bedrock arc and many other arcs that took place in that game. The visuality of Dragon Ball Kakarot is just so good. There's a lot of DLCs of that game. Like, there was even DAIMA as well as a DLC in that Dragon Ball game, which people really loved. There's so many DLCs which involved, I believe, like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, and it involved you battling against Beerus and Wiz, and it was pretty damn good, man. Like, that was like one of my favorite Dragon Ball games of all time, because it was an RPG game, it had a great story, and everything about it was just challenging and fun. Even the animation is like the selling point of it, and I just loved everything about Kakarot. In fact, it kind of makes me want to play it and showcase it on stream, or maybe record it on this channel and post it, because I fucking love that game so much. I finished it all, but I don't remember how it's played, so I forgot almost everything about it. But I've never touched the DLCs. And I would like to try the DLCs for Kakarot, because that shit is awesome, man. Really awesome. Oh, man. Makes me want to go back playing Dragon Ball. This is amazing. What an amazing feel. And what a treat. This is such a beautiful treat. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Mr. Hero in here, and we're going to have a little bit of an awesome moment to talk about Dragon Ball, because I think this is going to be really cool, and I would like to hear Mr. Hero's opinion about what he thinks. And I think this would be pretty awesome, because having different opinions is always cool. And me and him, we are big Dragon Ball fans, and he loves Dragon Ball probably more than I do, because he's been playing Squadra more than I did. He's been, you know, investing more time in Dragon Ball, most likely more than I did. So I would like to get his opinion about these things and see what he thinks and what he hopes to see. Besides this that we just saw, what does he hope to see in these trailers that perhaps we missed out? This is going to be nice. So yeah, Mr. Hero, thank you so much for joining us today. And how do you feel? You feeling good?
First of all, thank you for having me on here, man. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped for it, man.
Hell
It's
yeah.
great. I love it.
Tell them how many hours you have in Squadra.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah,
We don't need to talk
exactly.
about how many hours I've got in Triple Gekishin Squadra, trust me.
Yeah, he's got too much hours. He's been flexing
Too
it all
many.
the time. He's got too many. He's the guy that also got me into Squadra, which you know what? I'm happy for, because it's a fucking good game. It's a very addictive game. So good job of giving me that very negatively but positively influence to get me to play a game like that. So good job for that. So
Anytime.
we're going to be talking about the trailer first and foremost. So I'm gonna let you give me your opinion about. So all these trailers, you have watched all of these trailers, right?
Yes, I have watched all of the trailers.
Very good. And so the question to this is, what do you think about all these trailers? Like, what did you like about them, and what do you expect that will happen in some of these trailers that you have watched?
Okay. You know what? Let's start with the elephant in the room here. Let's talk about the Moro arc is finally getting this series. Dragon Ball Super is finally back.
Yeah.
And it's honestly wild, man, because like I don't think we've had any like Dragon Ball anime stuff apart from DAIMA, like Dragon Ball Super in particular. I think that ended in like 2018, 2019, about that time, with the Tournament of Power. And then like to bring it back with the Moro arc, which has been hyped for years now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That is finally happening. We're finally getting it. And trust me, I'm going to watch every single episode, and I'm going to watch it like probably 100 times. Don't judge me. I just love it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. So don't worry. I mean, I told people I watched Chainsaw Man like 10 times. So if you're gonna watch it 100 times, I'm not surprised, because you're a big fan of Dragon Ball. So there's that.
I am.
So that is amazing. So hit me up. I'm ready to answer in what I know. Just don't give me the hard questions, though, because I'm not a Dragon Ball nerd by any means.
What happened on episode 4 of the Cell Zone?
Oh, hell no. I don't know. Well, Goku doing some fucking stupid shit like giving Cell the sensu bean. Are we gonna talk about that moment? Because that was like the part that people got so angry but so funny at the same time.
Oh, that was a hilarious part.
That was such a funny one. So, go ahead. Hit me with your question. What you got?
So, my question is, what trailer was your favorite? It might be a no-brainer.
I mean, really, obviously the Patrol arc. I mean, do we have to even say that? I mean, we're getting the Mono arc. Of course, I'm happy for that trailer. We've been waiting for God knows. And DAIMA was the latest one that got released, and a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that Dragon Ball Super is back, we're getting a new arc, which is the Patrol arc, and I believe the Mono arc will be the continuation after the Patrol arc, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I mean, the Mono arc is another hyped arc. It's like the Tournament of Power was like one of the most awesome arcs out there, with one of the most greatest, in my opinion, battles, like animation out there, like Jiren versus Autonomous Ultra Instinct Goku. Like that shit was just pogging awesome. Like, it was just one of the best animations. So for me, the Mono arc is like the biggest hype, and I'm sure all other Dragon Ball fans can agree. Like, that shit is just gonna be hyped as hell. So obviously it's the anime itself. Although I'm quite hyped up with the fact that Project 1000, that looked very interesting. I wonder if it's gonna be an MMO, because I'm not sure, did we ever have a Dragon Ball MMO game before?
I don't believe we have.
Don't think so, right?
Unless I'm missing something. I don't know.
Fair enough. But if we did have a Dragon Ball, I've never heard of a Dragon Ball MMO before, but if it is a Dragon Ball MMO, that's interesting, because I wonder how that's going to be played out. If this is going to be one of those fighting games where you have the story mode option, and then you have the normal fighting mechanics, like the 3D fighting mechanics, kind of like Naruto and Demon Slayer when they have the story mode. You move around, you do quests, and then you engage into a fight, and that fight, if that's going to be like that, that's still pretty cool. But I think there's something more to it, because there's a character that I believe we've never seen that character. Probably it's a original character, and it's going to be one of those games where you can customize your character. At least that's a hunch. Who knows who? Maybe it is someone that we know. I have no clue who that character is, and I don't think you probably never seen that character before, right, nope. Hero? Yeah.
Nope.
So it probably is an OG character, and it was drawn by Akira as well before he passed away, which is really... And I knew it was Akira because there's so much fine details that legend... You can easily tell it was his drawing just by the small details you see in the character drawings, which is super awesome. I thought it was a really cool concept, and I'm hyped up for it. Like, whatever that game is gonna be, it looked promising. What I noticed in that game, and perhaps you noticed it, the fighting sequences in that game, they were taken from the actual episodes of the previous Dragon Ball, like a lot of those movesets, and put them in that game. Have you noticed that? When he starts fighting. Like I think the one that you saw, like the when he turns his back and he just uses his hand and he uses his ki to just charge up his blast and just annihilates him. Wasn't that the same pose that Goku in his Autonomous Ultra Instinct did in the Tournament of Power? Wasn't that the same move he used? I think.
Going for that, I think it looked more like Vegeta with the Big Bang attack.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a very good. You're right. That's also a very good comparison. Nice. Yeah, I'm very hyped up for it. Absolutely hyped up for both of those. But the Mono arc is gonna be golden.
It is.
I'm ready for it. So, besides the Mono arc and the project that. And besides the other ones as well, I know obviously you were hyped up about Squadra having new characters, so in a funny question, are you gonna main the fuck out of Bedrock? What's his name?
Bedrock.
Bedrock.
Bardock.
Bardock. Also, there's you guys don't want to know how I called them, but go ahead.
This isn't Minecraft.
Exactly. To be fair, I called them Bakok before, so that's not even the worst thing. So we're not gonna talk about it. But go ahead. Tell them, who are you maining in Squadra?
Okay. Squadra. Oof, there's a lot I can say about that game. It's not like I have so many hours on the game, you know? It's not like
600 hours
It's not like I
specifically.
play the game every single game. Like every single day. I don't play the game every single day.
Nathan played the game with me, yeah. Fair.
I always end up asking him at work if he wants to play.
True. And
Every time he's at work.
And I feel guilty about it because I couldn't join, and I'm like busy, and I'm like, I want to fucking join the game, but I'm just too busy at work. Always busy.
So at the moment, I have 3 mains for each role. So for damage, it's Oob. And then for technical, it would either be Majin Buu or Android 17.
Ooh.
And then
Alright.
for tank is, as much as I want to say Bardock, I'm gonna have to say Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta.
Okay. Interesting. I see. So, but is it because you like specific animation, or you're just used to playing with him for the time being?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Bardock has some of the best animations in the game, especially with the ones you can get from the capsules. But the thing with Bardock, I don't know how to explain it really. He's just
Broken.
I can't use him to save my life.
Oh, I see.
A
Is he?
broken character, I just can't use him. He is quite difficult to master.
I see. That's what I was gonna ask. I figured that for a character that strong, he might have some complexity, because he looked pretty damn good. I'm gonna say, like, that's the first thing I said. Like, he looked broken in my eyes. Like, theoretically, he looks broken. Now, how he actually gets played out in the game, that's a different story. And it depends what they're gonna do later on. They probably might nerf him. Wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see.
Absolutely, they're gonna nerf him, man.
I mean,
he's
busted.
Yeah, his skill 2, like the one where he does the Aurora and like draws everyone in. That move is insanely broken.
True, and the animation is super nice. Let's be real.
Yeah,
that animation is cooking hard. Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know that you have those mains. Obviously, if I were to give my mains Topo, damage dealer. Obviously. I loved everything about him. His voice acting, specifically Hakai. Love that. I love it. Love his deep voice. If I were to choose my tank, would probably be, I think Cooler actually might be a favorite tank of mine.
Ooh, that's a good pick actually.
Because Cooler, he has such ways to play him. You can interrupt them. He's got a pretty pog-ass voice. And I love that. I love the whole intro thing. And he's like, how does it go again? You are naive, or I forgot how it goes.
You'll find out I'm not as naive as my brother Frieza.
Right. That's exactly. He sends that deep voice, and I love his transformation. His transformation is pretty awesome. I love that there's like the armor that goes with his mouth, kind of gives him like armor mode, and that's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm sure that's obviously reference to the actual transformation in the Dragon Ball universe. So it's obviously based on that. Unless he's got some other transformations that I'm not aware about, I wouldn't be surprised. Just like, Frieza having... Which, by the way, that is something I would like to see. Like, imagine Golden Frieza in that game. Wouldn't that be cool?
Golden Frieza. Oh, man.
Golden Frieza.
He,
Imagine. Golden Frieza. Would it be cool? I mean, shiny Frieza. Or, there's another Frieza that is like completely different from Golden Frieza level. Like, we're talking Black Frieza, but that's a whole new Frieza. That has nothing to do with Golden Frieza power level. Yeah. Very different. But I think that would be too much powerful for that game. So let's not put Black Frieza into the topic, because that's a different version. Fair enough, but honestly, I think all the characters are fun, and yeah, I'm seriously hyped up to bring more characters. If there was any other characters I could probably think of, I would probably say, but to be fair, I got no other characters in mind. Who do you like to see in Squadra?
There's a lot of options.
Sure.
There are a lot of options. I believe the most popular option to bring into the game as of right now is probably Goku Black.
Of course.
I feel like Goku Black, and he's my favorite Dragon Ball character, so he would be insane to have in the game.
That would be pretty cool. You know who I would like to bring? They would bring Jiren into there, but I think Jiren would be would be pretty damn busted as hell.
Save it for the first anniversary. Save it for the anniversary.
Sure.
Because that's when they put in all the hype.
For it. Yeah, I mean, that would be the perfect marketing tool, because let's be real, Jiren is just fucking amazing. So if they do put that, imagine the hype that it's going to bring. So that would be pretty cool. But to ask you about the whole trailers and the rest of the other trailers, what did you think about the remake of, Super Saiyan God Goku versus Beerus?
Ooh. The Battle of the Gods remake, I believe that's going to be the series remake, not the actual movie being remade. I think they're just going with the series, but that does kind of open the doors for, like, we could get a Resurrection F remake.
Right.
Which would kind of go insane.
Yeah. And I think the ones that they showcased the one on Broly as well, and are those like remakes that they're going to showcase, or are they're just like bringing up memories of the previous ones that was made many years ago?
Was that in the first trailer where they showed like all of the shows and stuff like that? I believe they were just there just to like show the timeline and also promote the next chapter, aka being the Moro arc.
Fair enough. Which is honestly very cool. I forgot about those arcs, to be honest, because it's been a long time since I watched them. But it did bring a lot of hype, because it reminded us how Dragon Ball evolved, considering the fact that Dragon Ball was before when I even existed in this world, and probably even when you were existed, because Dragon Ball, it's been with us for 40 years. So 40 years, like, holy shit, we're talking long time ago, and it grew so much back in the days with how animations used to be in voice acting, and now how things have grown up. It's great. You get to understand the story of how characters evolved, how things have changed, and now getting the new arcs as well. I think that's another level of hype. So we get to appreciate how things have came so far since many years ago of Dragon Ball, and it's all thanks to Akira that literally made everything possible. In fact, that's why I said before, like, Akira, in my opinion, he's like pretty much the Marvel of the whole universe. He's like Stan Lee, but for Dragon Ball. And then it's like the most awesome thing ever, right? He created one of the best, probably one of the most hyped anime before and even now. Like, obviously, there's Naruto, there's One Piece, there's many other, like, awesome animes out there. But I think, as far as my knowledge goes, a lot of the percentage of animes, they took a lot of inspiration from the animation and everything else from Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball inspired a lot of companies, and companies, they took that feedback from that successful anime and the company itself, and they used that knowledge to hype up the newer generation anime. So, in other words, Dragon Ball inspired the new gen with their anime, and because of that, it sparked so many variety. And I think that's the nice thing about animes. It's been with us for so long. It hyped so many companies. It sparked so many, like, improvisations of new animes. And it just generated so much hype, so much, like, even conventions. There were so many anime conventions because of that. It's like, for example, a lot of conventions that was celebrated for those like giant successful anime, like Attack on Titans was one of them. It did so well globally that they made so many conventions for it. Dragon Ball was without a doubt one of the most popular anime that made so many conventions, so many shops in Japan and so many conventions. They had all these decorations of Dragon Ball there. It was really cool. Probably there was some even like cool toys back in the days, you know, like those toys you get from cereal boxes when you open them. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe for
Yeah,
Dragon
I do
Ball
know
they
which
had
one you mean.
something like that. Maybe in McDonald's or some shit like that.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
possible. It's definitely possible.
Sure. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised because technically here, when the whole Naruto hype was a thing here, it ended up having all these fast food marketing franchises. They ended up grabbing anime toys, put them in Happy Meals, and promoted those Happy Meals to a lot of people. And believe it or not, that was like the best marketing. So they had like anime times McDonald's, and they had like the whole marketing boom just going up. And that was a genius because that not only promoted their franchise, but it also promoted the anime, sorry, anime culture even more. So imagine the level of hype that it brought to the world, which is really incredible. But yeah, it's absolutely top. So, what do you want to say from your side? Anything you want to add?
So, throwing in a little question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Since they are remaking, obviously, Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and it could potentially open the doors for like Resurrection Earth.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the possibility being that they remake Tournament of Power?
I mean, it wouldn't be such a big deal that they wouldn't do it. I mean, think about it this way. Tournament of Power, in my opinion, and I believe a lot of people agree with it, Tournament of Power had one of the most hyped arcs out there because it had one of the most visually pleasing battle sequences that happen, especially, you know, the classic Jiren versus Goku, which was one of the most awesome fights out there in my opinion, because that was one of those fights that it was so long, but it showcased how much sacrifice he was doing during that fight. He pushed himself so far beyond to reach such heights that pretty much blew people away. Imagine all of a sudden you are like a mortal and you've transcended into the domain of the gods. That's crazy gap between a mortal and pretty much transcending to God's power to even match up with someone as powerful as him, which basically he can rival the power of a god. So that's like crazy huge and such a huge open plot twist that happened. So for me, if they remake it, I think that would be a genius. I mean, people would be down. It's one of the most awesome arcs in there. So, but I'm not sure if they would do it for now because there's the new arc that they're working on and a lot of people are hyped for it. So I think there is a chance that they can do it. I mean, they're doing remake for Beerus, so there's that. But I don't think they would be doing it anytime soon. I think there might be a chance when they do finish those arcs and the remake, but it's gonna be a while before that happens. So that's my opinion, but I would be down to see the remake. I will watch it again in a heartbeat, because that's like one of my favorite. So yeah, I hope they do it. I really hope they do it. But yeah, I'm really hyped up for it. Besides that, so the whole thing about these trailers that we saw, the games and everything else, and not to mention we waited for a long time to get these news. From your perspective, I know you watch a lot of different other animes, right?
Not as much, but from time to time I just have a little look.
Okay, so if I were to give you a question that would be fascinating to actually think about in terms of how Dragon Ball became something special. So let's put other animes you enjoy on the table and put Dragon Ball next to them. What makes Dragon Ball so special comparison to other animes? Like, what did you feel that huge connection and deep connection to Dragon Ball that perhaps you didn't feel that close connection with other animes? What did Dragon Ball be so special to you?
Well, I mean, Dragon Ball was like the first anime I ever watched.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely that. I'm trying to remember which ones I've watched as well. My Hero Academia, I've watched quite a bit of that.
Very good.
And I'm just trying to think.
That's a very good one. My Hero Academia is a really popular one.
Yeah, it is. I tried to get into One Punch Man. I did
Ooh.
try and get into that game. Series.
Yep.
Um,
Even though the last...
Bleach as well. I watched a bit of Bleach.
That's a very good one. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And in comparison to Dragon Ball, what makes Dragon Ball so connective compared to all those animes that you mentioned?
I think for me, it's just because like it was the first anime I ever watched, and I think
see.
that's what made it.
I see. And you obviously you connected with more characters that you probably relate to, or is it just only the only purpose because you actually grew up watching Dragon Ball?
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the characters are great. Like Goku, Vegeta, seeing the character development of Vegeta, especially in the Buu saga, sacrificing himself,
Yeah.
and just seeing the character developments and stuff like that.
It's amazing. It's very amazing. Fair. So you actually seem like you're telling me like you grew up with Dragon Ball and you just loved the whole journey for the characters. You obviously enjoyed the growth aspect of those characters, because we know, like, for example, you watched Goku grow and achieved so many different things alongside the other characters as well, how much they changed from their arcs to the latest arc that is available now, and it changed so much in the story and the narration, especially considering the fact that Dragon Ball and so many different Dragon Balls to watch. There's so much Dragon Ball you can watch. That's the funny thing is Dragon Ball is not like 4 seasons and you're done. There's a lot of seasons with Dragon Ball. But the nice thing about it is that the connection with the characters involved is really fascinating, especially how the lore goes in, whether you like a specific villain or a hero. It's very fascinating to get to know and learn about these characters. It is a long process, and it might get a little complex, because that's the challenge aspect of animes that are quite long. It can be a little bit daunting. And I speak that out of experience because my dumbass tried to watch fucking One Piece from start to finish, and that's not gonna happen. No.
Oh yeah, One Piece. That's another anime I've watched.
No.
Add that one to the list.
Fair enough, but no way in hell I'm gonna continue watching. Don't get me wrong, like, it's great, but the problem with these kind of animes, it gets so damn long that you are going to forget something, unless that's the only anime in existence that you watch. No way you're gonna remember, and that's the problem with these kind of, like, animes. They're great and they're long, but they get very daunting to remember stuff. And that's completely acceptable. I mean, at the end of the day, we're human beings, and obviously we don't have that memory to remember everything, but the nice thing about Dragon Ball, I think there's a deeper connection to the characters, especially, I get to understand Goku's personality and Goku's seriousness and the way he tries to play it as the responsible character, even though technically he wanted to marry his wife, and technically he thought that pretty much marriage is food. Yes, that's actually what he thought. He thought marriage was food. Go figure. But yeah, that's just Goku.
Okay.
Or we can put one in, which is the most funniest shit. Imagine fighting one of his biggest rivals, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just hurt you too much. That was really fun. Let's do it again. Here's a senzu bean." And he gets betrayed, because he thought that the villain was about to join his team, and he got easily betrayed, and the moron almost costed his entire planet to be destroyed. Oh wait, that actually happened, because Frieza, remind me if that's correct, the hero Frieza, in one of the arcs, he destroyed the planet because Goku let his guard down. Is that right?
Yeah, that was in the Resurrection F, and also during it's called the Namek Saga or the Frieza Saga, because that was like the first time Goku turned Super Saiyan, and Goku gave Frieza some energy to escape the planet, which was about to explode.
Yeah.
Frieza used that energy to try and kill Goku.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's the funny thing is, like, you get to understand how gullible Goku is, but you get to understand his soft side. So it's like these emotional complexity about characters that makes them very entertaining in my eyes. Because you might say, oh, he's just a guy who's always striving for power, but at the same time, you get to understand what a goofball of a character he is, how soft he is, and how dedicated he is. And I think that sends off the message that made Goku so special more than just watching anime, because Goku is like the ultimate idol that showcases his determination. And that's something that people lack of. So when people look up to Goku and say, what a beautiful character he is, people get to understand he's more than just a person willing to be strong. He's the symbol of determination. He's the symbol of saying, even if it kills me, in the actual sense, and he does so much to achieve it, but there's a risk that is so big, he's willing to take it, and he will put his effort into it. Obviously, we're talking Dragon Ball and anime part, but the message it sends off that when he believes on something and he truly wants to get it, he will do everything to achieve it. It doesn't matter if it puts him at risk, he will do it. And that shows, without a doubt, unparalleled like determination, which is something that a lot of people lack. And I think that's really nice about anime, is when you have different personalities, and then you look at Vegeta and you see that he's also determined, but he's a bit of a hothead. Right? But then you get to understand what a softie he is, because he cares for his wife. As much he gets really, really pissed off if anyone does to his wife, which is pretty much at this point any man, or at least any man that actually loves his wife, would pretty much have the same relatable reaction. But it's nice to see Vegeta being, from someone who doesn't give a crap, being a very caring and protective character. So you see how the shift of character can be. Like, he is angry and all that, but he cares. He changed that kind of... His personality is still there, being the angry type, but it's more than just, this grumpy-ass, powerful, Saiyan. He's more than that. And that's what makes it hype in my eyes. That's what makes Dragon Ball interesting. There's so much to know about characters. Even Boo. There's a whole Boo saga. So there's a whole explanation about it, right? Like, there's so many seasons, most likely, about Boo. So it's freaking crazy. But yeah, that's the beauty about Dragon Ball. It's like there's so much powerful meaning to it. So here's what I want to ask you as well about this whole trailer, about Dragon Ball as a whole. I'm trying to ask you something really impactful, something that you need to dig deep to answer. I'm going to try and not make it too complex so you can answer it in your own pace. So, trying to think of something that would be good to ask. Actually, I think I would ask you something like this. Since you really love Dragon Ball so much, and let's say money wasn't a problem, and you had the option to decorate your room, and you can only choose one anime. And I know you're going to tell me Dragon Ball. I have no doubt about it. But if you were to portray that one character that you feel deeply connected, who would you choose as the character that fits your lifestyle and characteristics? Who is that character in Dragon Ball? Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh god, that is a full-on purple right there.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yep, it is. Who would I decorate? I could go with anyone, really.
Let's see.
I
Well,
could literally go with anyone.
so you're saying you would go with Vegeta. So you're saying like the temperament that he has is something that you have as well, or something close to him, or
No, I think if I had to decorate my room with like two characters, I'd say the two would be Perfect Cell and Goku Black.
Fair. All right, I see. Okay, so you think that those would be more connective to you? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I think Goku would actually be a perfect role, because I am gullible sometimes. So, I mean, that is not far off. I mean, Goku is gullible a lot of times, so I think Goku might be perfect, because I like Goku the fact that he's determined, and I am a determined person. Yes, I can have lack of self-esteem and all that, but I'm a quite determined guy when I'm passionate on things. And Goku is the same exact person. He's so passionate in getting stronger that he just doesn't quit. And pretty much I'm on the same boat. So I think Goku would be the perfect character. Sometimes I got that little Vegeta inside of me, especially when, people tick me off, but it takes a lot for me that happen. So, anger.
Wait, was it based on personality? Is that what you meant? Like based on personality wise?
Yeah, personality and if it connects with you in any way in your real life. Krillin, of course. Okay, so you beat the baldy guy, the guy that's also the cop.
I go with Krillin.
Damn. So why did you go with Krillin? I'm curious. What do you have about Krillin that is connective to you? Besides being
I feel like
bald.
with Krillin, it has nothing to do with the fact that he's bald.
Right.
Or it's mostly for the fact, like, even though he does get scared at times, he's still determined.
I see. So you're saying there's that part of you where you can feel a bit, scared at certain situations, but you still have the determination inside of you.
That sums it up perfectly.
Nice. Very good. Well, that's nice. Honestly, this is the point that I'm making with this question. It's to prove to the fans out there how anime can be more than just anime. You just literally proved it to people, and even myself. Characters they're portrayed with characteristics, real human characteristics that can actually fit a lot of people's life. Goku fits my life perfectly. I'm gullible. He's gullible. Maybe a bit too gullible, but we'll see. Determined as well. Very determined person. But, that's something as a characteristic that can fit to many people's roles. And that's pretty cool. So, do you see, that is my point that I'm making, that's what makes anime so connective. A lot of people that may not be too much into anime, they might go up to you and say, oh, that's just a cartoon that people made and that's it. But for anime fans like us, it's more than that. It's something that changes people's perspective and changes people's way of how they think about stuff. And that is something where I grew up. When I was little, I just didn't care about that stuff because you're young. You don't know jack crap about stuff. The only thing I'm seeing, I'm like, oh my god, it's a cute little boy with his monkey tail and flying on a cloud with his giant stick. And then he has his Gramps who's a pervert looking at the female skirts and all that. I'm like, and when I was young, I didn't know any of that. Nobody understood it. We were too young, right? But when you grew up, you get to understand more the thought process behind it. Even like Disney films, for example, as well, and many other films as well, you get to understand stuff. But anime is more. Anime is much more deeper when it comes to lore. And that's what I like about anime. And Dragon Ball, I think, is one of those animes that has so many perfect realism characteristics and characters that it's easily manageable for people to find that one character that they connect on a deep personal level. And that's what makes it very special. A lot of animes, you won't be able to find characters like that. If you talk to me, for example, about Chainsaw Man, yes, I love Denji. I think he's very cool. Do I think he fits my personality? Absolutely not. Because he's a horror-based character. He has a lot of psychological trauma when he was young. And which does play a little bit in some people's mind, because I'm sure a lot of people went through a lot of stuff when they were young, unfortunately enough. But, for me, I'm more of the positive, connective kind of guy. So if I see someone with that positive attitude like Goku, I think that's more connective to me, because having that connective thought process behind what he thinks and what he does, etc., it helps me more to be more positively connective with myself and with my own sense of humor, personality. Like, okay, I am gullible. Sometimes I can be a dumbass. Fair enough. But at the same time, you get to have that mindset that, like, Goku doesn't care. Or maybe he does, who knows. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I don't have to care. I'm just being myself. Yes, I can do things better, which is any human being should learn from. Like, nobody's perfect. And you just learn from there, You don't take things personal. You improve from that stuff, and pretty much... yeah, like you learn. You learn from watching anime. You learn from making a good decisions. And I think that's the beauty about anime. What do you think? Like, do you think anime has some special powers about helping mentally people improve? Because I think it's huge. Very huge.
Yeah, but definitely. It's like most TV series and stuff like that. Like, if you find a character you can like fully resonate with, then it just
Yeah.
works in every single way. It's not just with anime, it's just with like every show. Like, if you find a character that you resonate with,
Mm-hmm. It can be very impactful. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what makes it awesome. Honestly, another thing I wanted to ask. So, if there was, let's say you have the option to be portrayed in the Dragon Ball universe, because we're both big Dragon Ball fans. Let's say you would have your own OG character, a character that nobody knows, and it can be introduced in the new arc. What kind of a character would you like to be in that arc? Like maybe a civilian, a Super Saiyan, a god? What would you like to be in the Dragon Ball universe?
there are a lot of options. There are a lot of options. Like, I know immediately some people would say that they want to be a god of destruction or on the level of like a Zeno,
Of course they would.
but thinking of like the power side of things, putting those aside,
Exactly. Because,
I'd say if I was in the Dragon Ball universe, I'd like to be a human.
fair
Just-
enough. Okay, so you'd be an ordinary human.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. To be fair, I mean, people choosing to be God of Destruction or even as powerful as Zenny, I'm not surprised. But
Oh yeah, doesn't surprise me.
obviously, they don't think about the fact that when you have these things in play, it's more than just being a god having all that power and that's it. There's obviously the ultimate downfall for these things. There's gotta be, because when you have a plot, you can't just have this overpowered character without any risks. Like, that wouldn't make the hype for it, you know? Like, especially being a ruler or a god of destruction, which, by the way, I believe if you watched some episodes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Beerus actually offered, or was it Wiz that actually offered, that if he asked specifically Goku if he wanted to be a god of destruction, and Goku was like so scared, he's like, no, I would never take Beerus's place. And he's like, you better not. At the same time, I was like, he can take it because he has the potential. I mean, we saw the power level he achieved, but at the same time, he knows the downfall of being a god of destruction. It's not just being a powerful deity. There's more to it than just that. The responsibilities of a god of destruction, I believe in the lore, there's somewhere stating that Zenny have given tasks to these god of destructions, their sole purpose to fulfill. And you know, as destroyers, it's in their name. Their task is to destroy. And if I'm not mistaken, they're also responsible to purge anything that tries to harm the demigod, obviously, himself, or pretty much harm, obviously, the god of destruction. So he has the power to rule over planets that, you know, does a disservice to him, and he has the power to destroy pretty much planets at a blink of an eye. Like, we saw the part, for example, where there was the planet where they served him food, and there was like the roadhogs, I believe. They gave him food that he's felt like it was mediocre, and he was like, I'll take half. And then the other's like, half, my lord? And he just puts his finger on the table, and then half of that planet is destroyed. He didn't even use 20% of his power. He just put his hand like fucking Thanos. He just put it like that on the table, and half of that planet destroyed. That just shows how powerful he is, just with that alone. So, he has responsibilities. And in fact, I'm pretty sure if you remember remember that big arena that was arranged between his brother, Yum?
Oh
Remind me?
yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
And then, you know, Zenny stopped by and they were like bowing to him and all that. And, you know, the angels, they were like pretty much calling them off to Zenny. And Zenny, of course, as the child Zenny is, he was like, the god of destruction's not doing their job is bad. We need new ones. And they got panicked because they thought they're going to be erased. And that showed to me that they had responsibilities. Even though the god was, you know, joking around, but that just showed me that obviously they had their duties to fulfill, and if they displeased the god in any way, they'd be erased, no questions. Just like, we said he can erase the entire universe if he wants, with a blink of an eye. So you piss him off or do anything bad, you're dead, you're gone, you're vanished. So that's how OP Zenny is. But that's the almighty god. Pretty much you like to call him the Jesus of Dragon Ball. And pretty much that's kind of what he is, because he's so powerful that you don't want to mess around with him. But anything you want to add to the whole Dragon Ball topic?
Yeah, and actually, it's a question for you.
Nice. Go ahead.
We were talking about like our experiences with it, and I wanted to ask, what got you into Dragon Ball for the first time, and what is your favorite moment?
Interesting question. So this takes me back a while when I was young. So when I was young, I remember when I was at my grandmother's house, when I was a very little boy. I remember my grandmother, she used to have the Italian channel on her TV back in many years ago, and there was a lot of different cartoons. There was even the Blue Cat, what is it, Diamond, I believe it was called. Dragon Ball was there. Diamond, wasn't Diamond? Yeah, Diamond was the Blue Cat, and it was a very popular one too. And Dragon Ball, obviously Dragon Ball was there. And I remember when I was young and she was like taking care of me, I was so little, I just literally sat there for hours watching Dragon Ball. And to be fair, I didn't know anime at all since many years. I didn't care about anime. I'd never loved it. When I ended up becoming a young adult, around the age of 20, I literally got introduced to the anime Demon Slayer, and that's what actually got me into anime. However, when I watched Dragon Ball, the first classic Dragon Ball, the very, very first one at the very beginning, I loved the sound effect. I loved the connection. I didn't watch all of it because it was too much, but I started watching it very, very little when I was at the age of 20, and I really enjoyed everything about it, because as soon as I saw that one episode that I watched when I was young, it sparked all those memories. Like my brain all of a sudden knew that was that one episode that I remember I watched when I was young, and I watched it in Italian, so I didn't know a damn thing, even though it was pretty damn good voice acted. But as soon as I heard the Japanese language and that voice acting, it was so goddamn good that I just fell in love with it. Even though, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, the sub version of it was not the best, in my opinion, because there are some subtitles which can be misleading. So I really enjoyed more the English voice acting more than the Japanese one. But I loved both of them for the most part, even though I prefer the English one, just specifically for Dragon Ball. But I watched it more when I was at the 20 years old, and I fell in love with it. I just loved the conventions, I loved the cosplay, I loved the growth. So when I was young, that one time I watched that episode, it made me realize that was something I watched a long time ago. I ended up watching when I grew up. It reminded me of that time, and I got so attached with the animation, with the sound effects, with the characters, especially with the whole Chi-Chi vibe when they were little, and literally just, annoying him, and Goku just being the funny bean, always talking about food and stuff and eating, and you see him just gobbling a whole fridge. And it's funny because I was like, oh, we are so relatable. We like food. It's like, and he was like obsessed. So I got emotionally connected to him. And from that point onwards, I fell in love with Dragon Ball and other anime. And I started watching a lot of anime. At the age of 21, I started catching up to anime slowly. And I think I finished all the anime that was available specifically for Dragon Ball. But besides that, I forgot completely what happened because it's been many years. And then at the age of 23, was it 24? I'm not entirely sure. The latest series that I watched was obviously DAIMA. And I love DAIMA because the art style is fantastic. The music is top shit, so I had nothing to complain about DAIMA. The only downside is I thought it was a filler. but it ended up being a canon because it took before the Majin Buu arc, at least from what I researched, which is fascinating because it took me back in an arc that I watched a long time, and I just grew up watching little bit of sections by time, and I just fell in love with it, and I just loved everything. I loved the cosplayers that I've met. The Dragon Ball community is so nice. Yes, there are some of them which are assholes, but I mean, that's any anime community, to be honest, so you're gonna find those people. But it was such a nice opportunity. It made me make friends online for people that have a like-minded interest, especially those people that are absolute geniuses, especially those content creators that literally have their Dragon Ball, like, not just Dragon Ball news, even like anime as a whole, as a business, they know so damn much about anime. They make it even their livelihood. Like, for example, have you heard of a guy called Giguk? Or Gyuk, I believe it's called.
I have not.
He is the anime man. He's like a like I think he works within companies. He works with Flags, I believe. It's a Japanese agency, and he knows, holy shit, a lot of. He's the anime guy. He knows so much about anime. He made a lot of videos about anime news that he did. It went so well. He built his popularity based on just those news alone. So you can imagine, like, he built a successful community, like millions of subscribers, just by talking anime alone. That's how good he is. But he talks in a way that he goes into, like, the whole psychological term about anime. He's a nerd, like literally a nerd. He knows stuff crazy a lot, like even about One Piece and other anime. He knows stuff. He loves a lot of isekai. He's a big fan of isekai, and he just loves all sorts of anime. He's got a whole videos, and yeah, he's an absolute legend. Guys, go check him out. He's an absolute legend, and he even showcased people the process behind how companies actually make anime, which was one of the most fascinating things ever. He even went with what's his name again? Shit. How can I forget his name? Connor. There you go. Oh my God, my brain just froze. Connor and this guy, they literally managed an anime project together. Imagine having that opportunity to manage an anime project together. He literally like helps voice actors to find their inner character to do stuff. It's really cool. And they literally projected an anime, I believe a short one. In fact, he literally had his own anime. In fact, I just remembered about that. He had literally his own anime on YouTube, which was free, and he was the one involved. I don't know if he was the one that fully funded that project. It could be, but all I know that it was his vision. It was his vision. He took that vision and he actually worked with people in that team, and it turned his idea into a reality anime, and it's on his YouTube channel, and my God, it is so fucking amazing. His vision with anime, he had his own project too. It's amazing. And it went so well, it even got nominated like one of like top ranks out there, like the top 20, I believe. It got such positive reviews that in the anime list of rankings in those websites, you get to see his anime being top there. So imagine what an honor that is to work in something that not only he's so knowledgeable and passionate, it literally ended up being one of the top 20 anime out there. I could be wrong, but he did such an awesome job. It was a short anime, but it was very, very, very connective. He knew what to do. He's a genius. So, yeah, I just love this guy. He's an absolute legend. So, like, holy shit, you need to watch him, man. Like, you seriously need to watch him. He's a very awesome person. He knows a lot about anime, and he literally dedicates his whole livelihood to bring news and attention to new animes, and even like his own vision. So imagine. But yeah, I've talked long enough about him. He's an absolute legend. You should go watch him. You guys should check him out. Absolute legend. And so I hope that answers your question, by the way. I've been talking for God knows how long.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I know.
No.
I got the answers.
No, friend, I know, because I ended up weeping out like some fangirling, and You know me, I just love to talk about, anime and praising people for their work. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of his work. You know what would be funny? If I go to your Steam wishlist right now and I see nothing but Dragon Ball games listed, or I go to your library.
See, Kakarot is on my wish list.
Yeah, and there you go. Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is on my wish list.
Or I just see the games you actually bought, and I see those games. I'm like, oh, look at these Dragon Ball games. 6 hours, 6 hours, 400 hours, 6 hours. And you see all those lists of games you played with the most hours.
Actually, it's 427 hours.
Yeah, brag a bit more, damn.
It's 427 hours on Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra.
Imagine he's so dedicated about that game, he probably could be playing the game as we talk. Imagine, I would be surprised.
No!
Imagine, that would be surprising. Not gonna lie. That would be the craziest you would be the craziest multitasking Dragon Ball fan I would ever met. Not gonna lie, that would be chaotic. But that makes me happy because I'm very honored that I have you not only as a moderator and a friend, but a big Dragon Ball nerd. Well, nerd isn't you're very passionate and you know about Dragon Ball. Maybe we're not the same level of expertise when it comes to these big creators that dedicate their livelihood about anime, but you're passionate enough to know stuff, and you're passionate to also express how much these animes mean to you. Just because you forgot a lot of things doesn't mean it makes you any less of a fan compared to those people that know everything. Especially for someone like me that haven't watched Dragon Ball in a long time. But that's because people stopped watching it because there's so much to watch now and there's so much animes coming out that it's impossible to get caught up. They can watch it from the start if they want to, but the thing is, it's very difficult nowadays. There's so much new anime, and yeah, it's just, a lot of people appreciate to find new anime, and it's very difficult to see the same people keep sticking with the same franchise. Although you'd be surprised, there are people that are committed, especially those people that have God knows the level of collection in their household. Imagine you walk into their house, you see a statue, like human-sized statue in the doorway. You walk inside, you see nothing but glass shelves of every freaking figurine statues of Dragon Ball. You see every character. There are collectors that exist. They spend way too much money on Dragon Ball. Like, I get jealous every time I see their whole glass containers, nothing but statues of Dragon Ball. I'm like, dude, how much money did you spend on that? And they're like, let's not talk about it. It's like,
yeah, don't worry about it.
They're like, no shit, we're not gonna talk about it. That shit is like massive. That is not like something you're gonna buy for like $20. Those things even come from like collector's edition or who knows where they buy them, but they're big and they're detailed and they're pog as hell. But you know that those people that are collectors like that, they are obsessed in the very sense, because otherwise they wouldn't put all that money into something they enjoy. Obviously. Or either they have too much money and they just buy stuff. I've seen that happen. I mean, there are big creators online. They spend a lot of stuff on One Piece. So I'm not surprised at this point. But they exist. And yeah, honestly. Oh yeah, another thing I was going to ask. What did you think about Dragon Ball Kakarot as a game?
Well, Dragon Ball Kakarot is definitely one of my favorite Dragon Ball games out there.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's the same with you and quite a few people, actually.
Yes. I love... Like, Dragon Ball Kakarot, what I liked about it is the fact that it's 3D. It is an RPG-based game. And it took place in a very old timeline of Dragon Ball. Like, even way before the Majin Buu arc. So imagine the timeline it takes also way back when Vegeta was a villain. And he dropped in this planet and he had those gadget thingies to read the power level of their enemies. That's how further back it was. It was really cool because it takes place in those arcs. And I thought it was really genius because it brings so much memories of those, old arcs that we used to watch back in many years ago. And I think that's really cool. And let's not talk about animation. Animation is like top tier. Like,
Yeah, the animation.
we are not questioning it. The animation has always been the forefront of that game. And if you think that's cool, what really surprised me about Kakarot is that they released DLCs which had other arcs in it. They even released DAIMA, which is a DLC of its own. You can play that on Kakarot. It's literally a DLC of its own. That's the nice thing about it. There's different arcs you can play. It's super cool. So imagine. That's like the ultimate win point for me. So, and the nicest thing, if you crank that sucker to like max settings when you have a beast of a PC, the graphics that it has. We're not going to talk about how beautiful the graphics are in that game. It's amazing. It's flawless.
Yeah.
It's flawless.
I mean, like, yeah, like you said, like, it's an RPG which has all of the, all the Dragon Ball Z arcs from the Saiyan saga all the way up to the Majin Buu saga, plus, like, the Battle of the Gods DLC, Resurrection F.
Yeah.
Going through all of the DLCs. Now, recently, with the DAIMA DLC.
Yeah.
This game has a lot to offer, and if you guys haven't played it yet, I would definitely recommend it. It is such a good game.
Go do it. You know what would be cool? If they add the DLC, and I'm sure people will buy the crap out of it, if they add the Tournament of Power
I was
DLC.
about to say Tournament of Power
Oh
DLC.
my god. They can make it happen. They can make it happen. Like, they can literally do it. Like, make an arena and all that. They can literally cast off those characters that were involved. Maybe not all of them, because that would take way too much time. If they would do all, that would be cool. But they can make it happen. Like, they still have quite a bit of detail and work, because they have to make the arena, they have to make the story animated and voice act, so there is quite a work and animation and production to be. But in comparison, when you have a big-ass world, where you can transcend from one world to another, like the main game itself, it will take much less, because it's a DLC. But it's a nice DLC at the end of the day, because, I mean, people will pay good amount of money just to see Autonomous Ultra Instinct Goku with such pog animations against Jiren. Imagine the level of animation. You make him like instant transmission behind him, using his powerful abilities, and they already portrayed good abilities to be used in the main game, like the Kamehameha, Big Bang attack from Vegeta. And I'm not sure if they did like fusion attacks. I don't think there is fusion, which that is something they can probably do. Like, fusion attacks would be nice, but it has a lot of potential. They can make, they already did with DAIMA. They added that, and I believe not too long ago. So if they keep this up, they can add other DLCs if they want to. I don't know if they would do it. That's still a bit of a question mark, because I don't know how good this game. It should be doing very well, because I think Kakarot is one of many people's favorites, but I'm not sure if they have any intention to expand. If they do expand it, that's really amazing, and I think that's a very good marketing tactic they can do, because that's like one of the really cool. Or imagine this is a wishful thinking, but imagine if they add the mono arc as a DLC in that game. That shit would be top. Let's be real.
I mean, it's entirely possible now.
It's possible.
With the release.
Right?
It is entirely possible.
They can make it happen. I mean, these things, they're not far-fetched. The only thing is that how long will it take? But these, they can make a DLC. Tournament of Power, they can make it. The question mark is if they're actually willing to do it. And I mean, they can, because I don't know how popular Kakarot is right now, but all I know, it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews. People keep praising it a lot. And I'm not sure if big creators also played Kakarot a long time ago. I think they did. And yeah, there's still a lot of people play it to this day, especially with all those DLCs and stuff. So it's top shit. I hope they do it. I would play the crap out of it just to replay like 5 times, watching me just fighting Jiren all over again. That shit would be pog. So yeah, would be pretty cool. But so what do you? Anything else you want to add to Dragon Ball? Or is that
I
it?
believe that's all from me, other than, like I said before, if you guys haven't tried out Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I would definitely recommend it.
Awesome. Nice. Well, even I agree with that. Like, please do give it a try, y'all. Like, it's absolutely fantastic. And if you guys haven't watched Dragon Ball, please do yourselves a favor and watch. At least watch some. Not if you're too scared about cutting up with all the arcs, I get that. But there are some arcs which I think it's safe to skip through. I think it will be a little bit tricky to understand at first, but I don't think it would be that difficult to catch up who the characters are, etc. So you can technically skip the old Dragon Ball, which is a shame because the old Dragon Ball shows you how much it grew, but it's up to you guys, the viewers, to make your decision. But ideally, if you really want to save time, perhaps you can find online where you can start off to watch, where it won't be much of a problem in terms of spoilers. So you can skip in areas that you really want to watch. But in my opinion, you should watch it from the start, because it's a god piece of an anime and it deserves all the attention and love. So please do take your time to watch it properly. It's a really fantastic, awesome, and there's a lot of movies as well for Dragon Ball, a lot of series, a lot of arcs. It will take you some time to watch it, and it can be slow, but it's worth the hype. It is absolutely worth it. And that's coming from someone who watched a lot of animes. We're talking Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Full Metal Alchemist, Bleach, Death Note, Frieren, a little bit of Spy Family, Dragon Ball, and a little bit, not too much, a little bit One Piece. So that doesn't mean I'm a nerd or anything like that, but you get the idea. I watched a lot of animes, and it can be quite difficult to catch up with stuff. So yeah, it's really hard. But give it a chance. It's really nice. Anyhow, should we call it here for today, Hero? What you think?
Yeah, I believe we've gone for
We got
pretty
through
much all of it. Gone for a lot of stuff. Wouldn't want to make your video too long.
No, it's fine. I mean, listen, it's a nice video for people to enjoy. I mean, I think people love to hear opinions, because at the end of the day, when you post stuff, if people just want to watch review, they can just go to the original video and watch it. But if people want to see reactions, they want to see what they think. Yes, we make it long, but I think it's nice because it goes in deep level of how much we appreciate anime, specifically Dragon Ball. Because not a lot of people take their time to express their happiness about Dragon Ball. They just tell you, okay, I like the anime, I like the animation, I like the art style. Okay, but where's the sauce? Where's the deepness in it? Like, is that only it you enjoyed? Isn't there something more deeper about anime? Because everyone can say that. You know, everyone can say the art style is nice, but I think when you express it in a more deeper way, people get to understand how impactful it is to us. More than just, a cartoon and that's it. To us, it's more than just that. But, everyone has their opinion, so I won't judge. But I think we're gonna call it here. And what do you think, Hero? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Very good. Well, all the people out there, if you guys are watching, thank you so much, everybody, for popping by. And guys, get a round of applause in the chat right now to Mr. Hero for joining us as the guest, and also a Dragon Ball nerd. Yes, I'm gonna call you a nerd because you know enough about Dragon Ball. It's fine. You deserve the title. It's good. And it is absolutely awesome, and it was a pleasure to have this discussion about Dragon Ball. So, very awesome job. Look at you, big Squadra gamer, knowing about Dragon Ball and stuff. Very nice. Very good. With your 435... Was that 435 hours you said?
No, it's 427.
27. Okay, close enough. Well, that's a lot of hours anyway. Cool. Well, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you for being the guest in this video. And if you guys enjoyed the anime talk show at the end of the video, let me know in the comments what you guys think, if you agree or disagree. And let me know if you would like to see more anime-themed videos like this one, where we get to react and have a guest in the videos at the end of the video to express our opinion on an anime, which I think it will give a much more deeper connection to any fans out there who really resonate with these animes. I think would be pretty cool, at the same time would share some pretty pog news. And that's going to be it from my side. Thank you all anime lovers out there for watching this. Appreciate you guys. And have a good rest and continue watching your anime. You got to catch up, man. There's a lot of anime, so keep watching, keep geeking out, and keep having fun. Tell them, Hero. Tell them good Dragon Ball. Good Dragon Ball fun. Or something, I don't know. Tell them. Go, my Dragon Ball nerd. Say something in Dragon Ball that people will appreciate.
I'm trying to think of a Dragon Ball phase.
Try
Oh wait,
to-
no, I got one. Don't forget, you're either perfect or you're not me. I'm sorry, I had to pull out the Cell one. I had to pull out the Cell quote.
Listen, Cell is a very awesome one. You know what? I was thinking of more. You know what? How about I end it off with a Topo quote? What Topo would say? I think Topo. Remind me again. What does Topo say? I want to say like something Topo themed. Like
Apart from Hakai.
apart from apart from the Hakai one. What else? Oh, besides he says, justice means nothing to me. I have made my choice. Something that he would say, oh, wait a minute, let me do something really quickly. I'm gonna leave it right here.
He's now searching up the Topo quote.
Yeah, I'm searching something funny. Topo funny quote when saying goodbye. This is gonna be interesting. What would he say? Topo. Oh, you know what? This is a nice one. What is this? They know their shit here. What? Okay, now it's gone. Why is it gone? No. What would he say? No, not what? No, hold on. Give me a moment, China. I'm gonna say something actually nice, because Google is being a dumbass. He said Topo would say "Hasta la vista." No, that's not what Topo would say.
That's Terminator.
That's Terminator, dumbass. That's not the same.
That's Terminator.
Let me see. Oh, I like this. He would go something saying, "Justice will be taking a short break. Until next time, fellow Super Saiyan warriors. To be told, more on Dragon Ball." That actually sounds nice. I like it.
That's a cool one. I do like that one.
Or he would say, "Justice sleeps now. Don't touch my snacks. Goodbye." That's cool. I like it. Well, to be fair, I don't know how much he's a snack guy, but never mind. Goodbye, fellow fans. See you next time, fellow anime weebs. Stay tuned for more videos. And take care.